Hey, babe, you alright?
Ugh, barely. I feel like I'm about to drop. Could you turn the heat up? I'm freezing over here.
Sure thing, you don't need anything else. Want some tea or maybe a blanket?
Nope, I've already had the meds. Right now, all I need is to never ever do this kind of staycation at our house again. A whole week of feeding and cleaning up after your entire family, cooking, dishes, laundry, you name it. I can't do it anymore, honey. I'm completely drained.
Oh, come on, it wasn't all bad, was it? I mean, we had some fun, right?
Fun? Really?
Hey, why are you giving me that look? I was thinking we should do this kind of family get-together more often. I mean, now that I'm married and have a wife, it feels like our family bond is stronger than ever.
You're talking about family bonding while I'm laying here barely able to move? You saw what happened to me, right?
Maybe it's just because it's the first time. After we do this a few more times, you'll get used to it. It'll be like a walk in the park after a while. I mean, it'll only get easier.
Listen, I don't care if it's as easy as pie next time. I don't want to do this again. I'm done with staycations that involve hosting your family. I mean it. This is not up for debate. Ugh.
All right. Just get some rest for now. You never know. You might feel differently about it by next year.
Just go. Go on, get out of here.
Okay.
And turn off the light, would you? Hey, have you talked to your mom lately?
Nah, international calls are pretty pricey, so she doesn't usually call me. Why, is there something going on with her?
Yeah, I figured as much. Well, she's planning to come over to our place again, same as last year. I told her that maybe it wasn't such a good idea, but she didn't really listen to me. You should call her and tell her yourself.
Another family staycation, huh?
What's with that reaction? So what, you don't care that you're going to be off on business while your family is going to be all over our house? Is it just not your problem since you're not here?
Come on, what's the harm in them staying there? You always say how hard it is taking care of Sophia all on your own. If Mom's there, she could help out a bit with Sophia, and you'd get some downtime. Isn't that a good thing?
When has your mom ever watched Sophia? She barely even acknowledges her because she's so focused on Heather's kids. You really think she's going to start now? If she does come, she'll be all about the other grandkids, not ours.
Well, we could always ask my sister's boys to pitch in. They're great with kids. I mean, there's going to be enough people around that I'm sure someone can help with Sophia. Isn't that better than you handling everything alone?
Didn't you notice what happened last year?
Notice what?
When your family was here, they were all in their own world, having fun, while I was stuck playing the maid. Your nephews were leaving stuff everywhere, making a mess of the place, and now you want me to trust them with Sophia? Those kids practically destroyed our living room last time. You think that's a solution?
Well, what else can we do if they're coming?
You know, if you really wanted to support me, you'd call your mom yourself and tell her that this year they need to stay somewhere else. She doesn't seem to take me seriously, so maybe she'll listen to you.
Hey, they don't show up empty-handed. They always bring enough food to fill the fridge, and it's nice to have some company around. It gets pretty lonely when it's just you and Sophia. You're always telling me how exhausted you are watching her by yourself. Maybe this time you can think of it as a mini vacation. Take a break from parenting for a few days.
Do you honestly think I'd be able to relax with a house full of people? You wouldn't be able to handle it if the roles were reversed.
Of course I could. I get along great with your parents, didn't you know? Your dad and I could go golfing, and your mom and I could have a glass of wine on the porch. I'd be fine.
You're hilarious. Every time we visit my parents, you're practically glued to my side, looking for an escape route. Listen, if you're not going to talk to your mom, I will. I'm not going through another week like that.
Why do you have such a problem with my mom coming over? She's just trying to spend some time with us during her break.
It's the way she just assumes she can drop in without asking, like it's her house. And we've got a toddler here, which means cleaning up after everyone's a nightmare. It's exhausting, Stephen. She's not the one that has to deal with the aftermath.
Look, it's just family. Try to cut her some slack. She's getting older, and she probably just wants to be around us. You don't need to take it so seriously. I mean, my mom isn't gonna bite. Let's just make the best of it, especially for Sophia's sake. Why put yourself through the extra stress?
You think I'm doing this for the fun of it? You think it's easy being the one holding down the fort while you're off traveling? This isn't extra stress for me. You know what? I'm done talking about this with you. Goodbye.
Honey, wait.
What?
Just don't say anything to my mom, all right? Let's just try to enjoy this time off together as a family, okay?
Goodbye.
Megan, I've been calling and calling. Why haven't you picked up? I was starting to wonder if something was going on. You know I don't like being kept waiting, especially when I'm trying to make plans with you.
Oh, Rose, I'm so sorry. Sophia was having one of those mornings, crying her eyes out and just wouldn't calm down. I was in the middle of trying to soothe her and must have missed the calls. It's been a bit chaotic around here, to say the least.
Well, I guess I can understand that. Babies do have their moments, don't they? Anyway, we're planning on coming over for our vacation soon, and I wanted to check in with you. Do you have any food in the house? I mean, we're going to be staying for a bit, and I don't want to walk into a place where there's nothing to eat. You know how Heather and her kids can get, always hungry.
Honestly, with everything going on, I haven't had a chance to stock up on groceries. I'm just getting by day to day, throwing together whatever I can find in the fridge. Sometimes it's just a quick bite here and there, enough to keep me going. I really haven't prepared for guests at all, I'm afraid. It's been hard enough keeping up with Sophia.
Megan, you should have told me that sooner. I don't understand why you wouldn't say something if you're struggling. Do you realize we're all going to show up expecting to have meals ready? What exactly are we supposed to do? I mean, I'm trying to make this easy on everyone, but you're making it pretty difficult.
Look, Rose, I appreciate that you want to come, but maybe you should think about staying at a hotel this time. The house is just not ready for company. Sophia has her things everywhere. There's barely enough room for the three of us, let alone the whole family. Plus, with me being so busy with her, I won't have time to host everyone properly. I think it'd be better for everyone if you stayed somewhere else.
A hotel? Do you think we're made of money? Last year we stayed with you and everything worked out just fine. I don't see why this year should be any different. Sure, things were a little messy, but we managed. And now you're saying you can't handle it? You're just realizing that now?
I mean, last year was different. We didn't have Sophia then, and I had more time to get things in order. This year it's just too much. I don't want you to come here and be uncomfortable or feel like you're imposing. I can book a hotel room for you. Consider it my treat. I just think it would be easier on everyone.
Oh, please, I raised 2 kids, Megan. I know what it's like to handle a baby. You're making a big deal out of one child. Back when I was raising Stephen and Heather, we didn't have all the luxuries you have today. It was tougher, but we managed just fine. I don't see why you're acting like this is so hard.
It's just that whenever Heather talks about her boys, you always say how tough it is for her raising 2 kids. You sympathize with her, saying how it must be exhausting. Well, it's exhausting for me too. Stephen's away on business trips more often than not, so I'm handling everything on my own. Maybe if you waited until he was home, things would be a bit more manageable.
I don't see why it matters if Stephen is here or not. I mean, are you actually getting him involved in the housework? Since when is he supposed to be doing chores?
Of course he helps. I'm raising our daughter, so when he's home, he pitches in with the housework. That's how it works. We share the responsibilities. It's only fair.
Well, I don't know about that. Back in my day, we didn't rely on husbands for housework. We just got on with it ourselves. Honestly, Megan, what exactly can you handle on your own? You're telling me you can't take care of Sophia, keep the house in order, and prepare for guests. I guess I'll stop at the store before we get there and pick up whatever you need. Just make sure you've cleaned out the fridge and tidied up the kitchen. I'll take care of the cooking myself.
Rose, I'm telling you, I really don't think it's a good idea for you to stay here this year. I'm exhausted, and I can't handle the stress right now. It's nothing personal, I just don't have the capacity for this.
Fine. If it'll make you feel better, I won't ask you to do a thing. I'll make sure you can relax while we're here. Honestly, you're acting like I'm some kind of nightmare mother-in-law. I'm one of the good ones. Do you even realize how many women would be thrilled to have a mother-in-law like me? You should ask my friends about this. They'd be shocked. You wouldn't believe the stories I hear. It's rare to find someone as understanding as me these days.
Rose, I'm not in the mood for jokes. If you're set on coming here, just know that I won't be helping out. I mean it. I am at my limit and I can't do this alone.
I can't believe you're making such a fuss over this. Are you trying to prove something? How did you even manage last year if you're so against this now? You know what? Stop arguing with me and start cleaning the kitchen. I don't want to see a mess when I walk in, or you'll be the one cleaning up under my watch.
Why does it always have to be her way? If she comes, it's going to be a nightmare. And Stephen? He hasn't even lifted a finger to help with any of this. I'm over it. This is all just too much.
So, you really told my mom not to come over, huh? I mean, seriously, Megan, what were you thinking? How could you even say something like that to her? It's unbelievable. Don't you have any respect?
I'm sorry, Heather, but I don't know what you're talking about. What exactly did she tell you?
Oh, don't play dumb with me. Isn't my mom your mother-in-law? Or does that not matter to you? It sounds like you have no sense of respect for her at all. And here I thought you knew better.
I'm not sure where this is coming from. Are you going to tell me what's going on, or should I just keep guessing?
Let's not beat around the bush, Megan. I'm sure you know what I'm referring to. You spoke with my mom earlier, didn't you? You didn't think she'd tell me what happened? Did you really believe you could talk to her like that and I wouldn't find out? I have to say you're not who I thought you were. You've got two faces, don't you? One for her and another for me. You act all innocent with me, pretending you don't know anything. Are you scared of me? Is that why you're acting clueless now?
All right, I see what's happening here. Yes, I did speak to her earlier, and I told her that it might not be a good idea to stay at our place this year. I explained that it would be easier if she considered other options like a hotel. I didn't think that was unreasonable. Is that such a big issue?
What? Are you serious right now?
Look, last year I opened up my home to all of you with a welcoming heart. I really did. I had no problem hosting the entire family back then.
Exactly, and we expect the same courtesy this year. This is just what we do, Megan. It's a tradition now, as far as I'm concerned. We've all come to rely on it. So why not just keep it going? You did it once, you can do it again.
I'm telling you, after last year, I realized it wasn't something I wanted to repeat. I barely had a moment to sit down, let alone enjoy myself. I was running around, cooking, cleaning, and trying to keep up with everything. I ended up getting sick afterward, you know that? And now with Sophia in the picture, it's even harder. That's why I asked your mom to find somewhere else this time. Stephen isn't even here to help. I'd be on my own with all of this, and I don't have it in me to manage everything by myself. I'm asking you to consider that maybe this isn't the best year to all pile into our house again.
Let me get this straight. Are you telling me that you think of this place as yours alone? Last time I checked, it was also my brother's house, and by extension, it's my family's too. I don't need your permission to come to my brother's home. My mom shouldn't have to clear it with you to see her granddaughter. You talk about respect, but where is yours? I thought I'd be nice about this, but you're really pushing it. Are you really this disrespectful, or are you just trying to prove something?
I think it's a lot more disrespectful to set boundaries than to just barge into someone's home unannounced. But sure, if that makes me the bad guy, I'll wear it. I'm sorry if you didn't see this coming, but I thought it was pretty clear. And don't act like I don't know why you're so eager to stay here.
Oh, really? And what's that supposed to mean? Go on, enlighten me. All I want is for our family to spend some quality time together. It's supposed to be a vacation for all of us. What else would I possibly be thinking?
It's not just about spending time together, is it? You've got 2 young boys and you're worn out from looking after them all year. You figure you can come here and unload for a bit. Maybe let me handle them while you take a break. Last year I went along with it because I didn't have Sophia yet, so I could manage. But things have changed. I don't want my home turned upside down with your kids running wild, especially not when I have a baby to think about.
Are you implying that my boys are troublemakers? Do you think they're gonna harm Sophia somehow? They're just kids, Megan. They're energetic. Sure, but they're good boys. You're acting like I'm bringing a couple of hooligans into your house. Maybe you're just a little too overprotective. You can't shelter her forever. She's going to have to learn about other kids sooner or later, you know.
It's not about sheltering her. It's about respect for our space. Last year, your boys were tearing through my cabinets, digging out my things, breaking my makeup, and what did you say? That it was fine, that they were just curious. Meanwhile, I had to deal with the mess. I think if you're going to be here, you should at least make sure they're under control.
So what? They're just exploring. That's what kids do. I can't believe you're holding a grudge over some makeup. They're family, Megan. Sometimes you have to let things go and not get so worked up over little stuff. They're kids. They're supposed to be wild and free. And yes, people might look at them funny in public, but who cares? They're kids. They'll grow out of it.
Maybe so, but there is a difference between letting kids be kids and letting them disrupt everyone else. When we go out to eat, your boys are jumping on chairs, screaming, drawing attention. People are trying to enjoy their meals, and it's like you don't even notice. You let them do whatever they want. It's not about being wild. It's about respecting other people. And I'm sorry, but I won't have that behavior around Sophia.
Kids are just like that. They grow up wild and carefree, and that's exactly how they should be. People these days, they overreact and make a big fuss about nothing. They act like they were never kids themselves. It's all hypocritical. They forget what they were like when they were young, so they go around complaining whenever someone else's kids make noise. If they were honest, they'd say it to my face, but they don't have the guts. So they sit there whispering behind my back instead. It's pathetic.
Well, the way I see it, that kind of behavior just shows a lack of manners. Kids might be kids, but there's a line, and letting them cross it isn't doing anyone any favors. Respecting other people's space is a basic lesson. Your boys are going to grow up in a world full of people, not just themselves, and I think they should learn that sooner rather than later.
Excuse me? What did you just say to me?
You heard me, Heather. You're not the only one living in this world, and neither are your boys. I thought basic manners were taught in kindergarten. Honestly, I'm starting to think your boys inherited a little too much of your stubborn streak. That's something I'd be worried about if I were you. It's like you're giving them all the wrong lessons and you're blind to it.
Who do you think you are, lecturing me about how I raise my kids? You don't need to worry about my boys. Why don't you focus on your own daughter? I'm sure you'll regret this attitude one day when it comes back to bite you. You might think you're being responsible, but you're just trapping yourself in a box. One day you'll wish you'd let her live a little. But you go ahead and live by your rules if that's what you want. Just don't come crying to me when it falls apart.
I'm not concerned about that, Heather. I know exactly how I'm raising Sophia, and I don't plan to change a thing just because you don't agree. And for the record, I'm done tiptoeing around. I don't plan to live my life according to what my in-laws think. So yes, I'm serious when I say that you should find another place to stay for your vacation this year. My house isn't an option anymore.
Wait, what? Where is this coming from? All of a sudden you're telling me we're not welcome in your home?
I've been saying that this whole time. Maybe you just weren't listening. I've explained it to you and your mom, but I guess it didn't sink in.
Well, let me make something clear to you, Megan. I'm bringing my parents and my kids over, and that's that. You can prepare the guest rooms and make sure there's food in the house because we're coming. Also, don't forget to get a little something for the boys, and make sure the kitchen is spotless just like Mom said. We're expecting a warm welcome, so make it happen. Got it?
I'm changing the locks on the front door, Heather.
Oh, grow up, Megan. Are we really doing this? You think changing the locks is going to keep us out? You're naive if you think that'll stop us. We're not kids playing games. Do you know how easy it is to get a locksmith? Why go through all the hassle? You'd only be wasting time and money, and I'd hate to see you stressing yourself out over something so trivial. Just let it go. It'd be better for your health, really. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have things to do. Goodbye.
Well, I see you've made it. You really showed up, huh?
Of course we did. Did you think we'd fake it? Come on, Megan. Don't say ridiculous things. Now move aside, would you? We have a lot to unpack. Woohoo! Vacation time! Wow, Mom, you sound pretty excited about this. Of course I am. Do you have any idea how long I've been looking forward to this? And look at your father, already retreating to the bedroom like he always does. He can never be bothered to join in with the family, can he? Well, that's just Dad for you. He does this every year, remember? It's practically his tradition by now. And honestly, Mom, you know you're happier without him hovering around, so why stress? Megan, could you take this and put it in the fridge?
What's all this stuff?
Didn't you and Mom talk on the phone before? We went to the grocery store and picked up some things for meals. Hope you cleaned out the fridge for us since we've got quite a bit here.
No, I didn't clean it out. There's no room in there.
Oh, for goodness sake. Fine, I'll do it myself. You go on and take care of Sophia or whatever you were doing. I'll handle the refrigerator.
Seriously? There's no space in there. You won't be able to fit anything.
Why are you raising your voice, Megan? Is that really necessary? You must be feeling guilty about something. That's why you're getting so defensive, right? Move aside. I'll have a look myself and see what the problem is. Oh my goodness, Mom, take a look at this. Is this even a fridge? There's no organization here. It's a complete mess. I knew it. I had a feeling we'd find something like this. Megan, you're home all day, so what exactly are you doing? How could you let the place get this way? Are you just planning to let the house go to ruin because Stephen isn't here? I don't even know what to say.
And that's why I kept telling you not to come, Rose. I've been saying it all along, but you both just decided to push your way in anyway. I warned you that this wasn't a good time, but here you are, acting all surprised.
If it's this bad when you knew we were coming, I can only imagine how much worse it must be when we're not around. I mean, you knew we'd be visiting, and yet this is how you prepared? It makes me wonder. This is exactly what I mean when I say young people today don't have it together. It's like they just don't know how to handle life. Megan, do you even know how to juggle multiple responsibilities at once? I have to wonder. If Sophia takes after you, academics might be out of the question.
And you two coming over isn't exactly helping with any of that, is it? You're not really pitching in or contributing anything useful. So why come here at all if it's just going to add to the chaos? I mean, wouldn't you rather relax at home instead of coming all this way to criticize my house?
Well, since you never visit us, we decided we'd make the effort to come to you. You know we all want to be together for the holidays. If we hosted the vacation at our house, would you actually come? Be honest.
No, probably not. I see no reason to subject myself to that.
Exactly. That's why we come here, Megan. It's not because we love making the trip. Isn't that right, Mom? Enough. There's no point arguing with her, Heather. Megan, just get over here and help me clean out this fridge. I mean, if you leave expired food sitting in here, it'll ruin the fridge altogether. Are you trying to make your appliances fall apart faster than they need to? I swear it's like you don't even know how to manage a household.
I'll get to it later. Right now, I'm completely worn out. I've been with Sophia all day trying to get her to settle down, and I just don't have the energy to do this right now.
Oh, come on. What's so exhausting about taking care of one little baby? Are you telling me you can't even muster up enough strength to do some basic cleaning? Get over here now.
If it's that important, then why don't you clean it out yourself, Rose?
Hey, how dare you speak to my mother like that?
I'm just reminding her of what she said before. Rose, you specifically told me you wouldn't ask me to do anything while you were here. I have the recording if you need proof. You made a promise, so stick to it. I'm ready to play it back if you'd like to hear it.
Wait, what? A recording? Are you serious right now? Did you really record our conversation? You're just going to stand there and record people. Delete it right now.
I set up automatic call recording ever since I had Sophia. My memory's not what it used to be, so I figured it'll help me remember things. How about it, Heather? Want to listen in?
Forget it. Honestly, Megan, can't you just help out when it's needed without making it into such a big deal? You don't have to be so stubborn. Are you happy now, getting all this off your chest? Does it feel good?
No, not really. It doesn't feel good at all. But I know that you'd keep pushing, finding excuses to pile things on me. So if it's all the same to you, I think I'll head out. I'm not staying here to play the maid.
And where exactly do you think you're going? You're not leaving until you've emptied that fridge and taken out the trash. You're not getting away with skipping out on your responsibilities. Mom's right. We'll be staying here for a while, and the least you can do is pitch in. You're not just gonna walk out on us, are you?
I'd love to, but I've got my hands full with Sophia. I'm taking her with me, so don't expect any help from me. You both enjoy your stay.
Megan, where on earth are you? You just stormed out of here like you were on fire. Is this how you act when things don't go your way? You think it's okay to just walk away when you're in the middle of a conversation?
Actually, I'm in a hotel right now. I figured it was about time I took a break for myself, so I decided to check in somewhere a little quieter.
A hotel? Are you serious? How can you even afford that? Megan, where are you getting the money to just run off to a hotel?
Well, I'm here with my mom. I called her up because, frankly, I needed a little bit of rest. I needed a breather from all the chaos at home. It seemed like the perfect opportunity.
Rest? We came here to be together as a family, Megan. How is this a family gathering if you're gonna bail on us like that? What were you thinking, just running off to a hotel without saying anything? You know that's not what we had planned. Come on, Megan. You can't just decide to go off on your own. If you wanted to stay at a hotel, you should have suggested that we all go together. That way, everyone could enjoy a nice hotel, not just you. This isn't about the hotel, Heather. Oh, Mom, of course it is. You know it's no secret that a hotel is way better than staying in that cramped little house. Honestly, it's a relief not to be spending another vacation squeezed into Megan's small space.
Excuse me? What was that?
Nothing, Megan. Look, whatever. Just come back already. If you're with your mom, then you can leave Sophia with her. You don't need to drag her along. Just get back here so we can actually spend time together. It's not fair for you to leave us hanging. Heather's right. If it's all about Sophia, then leave her with your mom. That way you can come back and spend time with us, which is what we all agreed to. Stop trying to make this more complicated than it needs to be.
I'm sorry, but I'm not doing that. I can't just leave Sophia and pretend everything's fine.
Oh, really? So what's your plan? Do you honestly think we're going to just accept that? Do you think you can just throw a tantrum and then we'll go along with whatever you want? That's not how this works. Mom, I say we make it clear to her. Take something of hers and hold on to it until she comes back. Otherwise, she'll never listen. I agree, Megan. You heard Heather. If you come back right now, we can let this slide. But you're going to have to take care of things here, and that's going to be your punishment for running off like that. You can't just leave us to fend for ourselves.
Why should I be the one getting punished here? I don't understand why this is even an issue. I left because I needed space, not because I was trying to make a statement.
Oh, come on, Megan. You ran off because you couldn't handle the responsibility. You left your mother-in-law in the lurch, and that's not something you can just shrug off. Be an adult, come back here, and let's deal with this like a family.
I didn't run off. I needed to protect my daughter. I don't want her around all the noise and chaos. Kids get wild, toys start flying, and it's just not safe. I don't want her in the middle of that. She needs her sleep, and I won't have her disturbed. I'm not equipped to handle that kind of mess right now.
Megan, this is only going to make things worse for you. No matter what you think, your side of the family is never going to be more important than your husband's. That's just how it is. So be smart and come back. Your mom can take care of Sophia, and you can spend time here with us. Well, look who finally decided to show up. Mom, would you look at that? She actually came back. I didn't think she had it in her. You're here finally. Now get in the kitchen and make something for us to eat. Do you even know what time it is? Lunch is come and gone, and we're all starving. Or are you trying to make us go hungry? The least you can do now is get us a meal. And since you left Sophia with your mom, it's not like you have any excuse.
I didn't come back here to cook. I'm here to set some things straight. This is my house after all, and I have a right to be here.
You might want to rethink that, Megan. This isn't just your house. It's a home for all of us. It belongs to the whole family. And as for your sudden attitude, I don't know what happened over the past year, but we're here to enjoy a vacation. Last year you were cooperative, and now you're acting like this. What gives? You know the kids were excited to see you.
They were?
Remember last year? You brought gifts and played with the kids. No wonder they liked you so much. Kids really like people who make time for them. Oh, and by the way, Mom stocked the fridge with a ton of chicken wings. Why don't you whip up some spicy wings? I need something fiery to help take the edge off the stress you're causing. And speaking of which, Megan, you really showed up empty-handed. You were just at a hotel, right? You couldn't at least have brought a bottle of wine or something. Do I have to spell everything out for you? A little courtesy goes a long way, you know.
Do I really need to bring a gift to my own home? Especially when I didn't invite anyone here? I didn't realize that was required.
Oh, forget it, Mom. She's here and that's enough. Anyway, Mom, how about a little pampering tonight? We could do a nice soak in the tub and some face masks. There's a bathtub here, right? Megan loves her long soaks. She's got all sorts of fancy bath stuff stashed away. For someone who's supposedly exhausted from watching a kid, she sure knows how to treat herself. Makes you wonder if it's all just talk. You know, Heather, I think you're onto something. She's been playing the victim, acting all tired and helpless in front of us, but behind the scenes, she's doing just fine. She had us fooled this whole time.
Are you two planning on heading out anytime soon?
Oh, I didn't realize you were standing there. Are you just ignoring me now, Megan? Is that what you're doing? Wait, weren't you supposed to be in the kitchen? How long have you been standing there anyway?
Long enough to hear everything, unfortunately. I thought maybe we could work things out, but it's clear you both have no interest in that. I gave you a choice, but it looks like you're determined to push me away.
What nonsense are you talking about now? Stop standing there like a statue and get in the kitchen. If you start cooking now, we might have dinner before midnight. Oh, and Megan, I cleared out some expired stuff from the fridge to make room, and now the kitchen reeks of garbage. Before you start on those wings, make sure you clean up that mess. I didn't come here to deal with trash on my vacation. You're really ruining the whole vibe here. What on earth is this? Oh, what is that smell? Megan, are you out of your mind? I told you to throw out the garbage, not to dump it into the buffalo wings. Who's supposed to eat this? It reeks.
Well, it seemed fitting to give trash to trash, wouldn't you say? Go on, eat up. I made them extra spicy just the way you like it. Enjoy every bite.
You think you can just mess with us like this? You've been getting away with too much, Megan. We tried to be nice, and this is how you repay us? Mom, enough is enough. It's time to teach her a lesson. Heather, don't do anything rash. You know what your father said the last time. He said if you ever got into another fight, he'd cut you off for good. Think about it. This is serious. We can't afford that. You want me to sit back and take this? After everything we put up with? Fine. Let him cut me off. I can't just stand here anymore. Oh my goodness. Ew. Gross. Are you insane? You threw food in my face. What is wrong with you, Megan?
You were complaining about being hungry, so I figured I'd help you out. If you're gonna keep talking, you might as well chew on something while you're at it.
You threw trash into my daughter's mouth. Did you really just do that? Heather, are you okay? That smell, it's unbearable. It reeks. Mom, are you really going to let her get away with this? Megan, if you think I'm just gonna let this slide, you're out of your mind. You don't know who you're messing with. I may not look like it now, but I was tough back in the day. You're done for. Take this too. What now? Oh, What did you just throw at me? Stop it! Megan, enough!
Begone, demons! Parasites who leech off others and make themselves at home where they're not wanted. Get out of my house, all of you!
Do you have any idea how much salt you're wasting, throwing it around like that? Megan, stop! It stings! Stop this right now! You're out of control! Mom, let's just get out of here! It's stinging and itchy! Can't we just leave? Megan, stop with the salt already!
Back off, evil spirits! What's still here? I see salt isn't enough for you. Maybe I'll find some garlic to finish the job. Let's see, there must be some around here.
Fine, we'll go. You've made your point. Just stop looking for garlic. I'll take everything and leave. We're out of here. I'm not going anywhere. I've been looking forward to this vacation and I'm not letting you ruin it. If you want to leave, Heather, then go ahead. I'm staying put. Mom, are you serious? Look at her. She's completely lost it. I'm telling you, it's not worth it. When someone's this far gone, you run. Come, let's just go. It's the only smart choice here. I'm not leaving. Finally, I get a vacation and I'm supposed to give it up because of this nonsense. No way. Now, let go of me. I'm staying right here. Mom, come on. She's unhinged. I'm not sticking around for this. We're leaving.
What on earth is going on here, Megan? Who are you trying to be?
Keep your voice down, will you? I just got Sophia to sleep.
Look at this place. You go around acting like you're some kind of perfect parent, claiming to do everything for Sophia, and then I walk in and find you raising her in a mess like this?
If you're not gonna help, then just go take a shower. You smell terrible.
Never mind that. I heard you kicked my entire family out during their vacation. Did you seriously throw salt at them too? Did that really happen?
Yep, that's exactly what I did.
But why? What's gotten into you? If you had an issue, you could have just said no. And what's this about demons and evil spirits? Really, Megan?
I felt there were parasites in the house, so I decided to get rid of them. Looks like salt wasn't strong enough. I probably should have gone with garlic instead.
That's not the point here. Did you really have to go that far with my family? What did they do that was so wrong? How could you treat people like that? And Heather, imagine how humiliated she was in front of the kids. They're gonna remember their mom being treated like trash by someone she should be able to rely on. Is that what you wanted?
Well, thanks to me, those kids now know what happens when you treat people poorly, just like Heather does. They'll grow up better for it, having seen that it's not okay to act entitled. You're welcome for the lesson.
Can't you just stop? Why can't we get along? Do you have to make a scene every time I'm away from work? What is it that you're after, Megan? Why are you doing this?
How are we supposed to get along? These people show up every single year taking over the house like they own the place. This is my home, my space. I don't like sharing it with people who don't know how to respect boundaries, and I'm tired of dealing with it.
Then why did you marry me? If you hate my family so much, if you don't want to share, then why did you even bother having Sophia?
What?
Forget it. I'm exhausted. I don't have the energy to argue with you right now. I'm gonna take a shower.
Great. I didn't realize you felt this way about Sophia. I thought you'd at least care about your own daughter. If she doesn't mean anything to you, then maybe there's no reason for us to be together. Let's get a divorce.
Are you out of your mind? Divorce? Do you even know what you're saying?
Yes, I do. And honestly, it's probably the best thing for Sophia too. I'm sick of your family, and I'm even more sick of you. It's time to call it quits.
Megan, you can't be serious. Look, I'm sorry, okay? I'll talk to them. I'll fix things with my family. Just don't go there.
It's too late for that. I gave you a chance and you threw it away. Now you have to face the consequences. And that means we're done. This is your doing, not mine.
So, what, you're just gonna walk out? We have Sophia to think about, and you're talking about divorce like it's no big deal?
That's right. And until we figure it out, it might be better if one of us leaves. Do you want to go or should I?
Megan, please, don't do this.
Fine, I'll go.
If you leave now, that's it. We're really over.
That's exactly what I want. You can stay here with your family and deal with them on your own. I'm done being part of this mess.
No, Megan, don't go. Think about Sophia.
I still don't understand why my in-laws insisted on vacationing at our house. I suspect it's their way of trying to put me in my place, as if they could somehow control me by making me work around the clock. I suppose they figured they could get away with sitting back and relaxing, ordering me around, ignoring the fact that I'm raising a child alone while they do absolutely nothing to help. It didn't matter to them if I was exhausted or overwhelmed. After I took Sophia to my parents' house, Stephen came to bring us back. He had to face my parents' fury and ended up begging for forgiveness, promising we'd never go through this again. I agreed to return home, but only because I decided that losing Sophia's father over this nonsense wasn't worth it. I've decided to keep an eye on him, though, and make sure he learns some things along the way.
Hey, Stephen! Why are you out here alone with Sophia? Where's Megan hiding?
She's at home, sick in bed, thanks to you and Mom.
Sick? Really? She looked just fine when she was stuffing trash into my mouth and throwing salt around like it was confetti. Now that you're home, suddenly she's too weak to do anything? Wow, that girl's something else.
Yeah, and because of all of that, I'm the one holding the house together and taking care of Sophia. I didn't even get a break after that last business trip. So listen up, I don't ever want you putting her through anything like this again. I had to do a lot of apologizing in her parents' house to bring her back, so back off from now on.
You're unbelievable, you know that? How spineless can you be? Let's not waste energy arguing. Have some almonds instead. Mom, you're always pulling out snacks. All right, pass them over. These are good. Right. Megan keeps a whole stash of these almonds, probably thinking they're good for her health or something. Anyway, I just helped myself and took the whole lot without her knowing. Nice job, Mom. Let's enjoy them ourselves and take care of our health for once.
Wait, Mom, did you take those from our house?
Of course, Stephen. Don't just let your wife eat all the good stuff with your hard-earned money.
No, you and Mom go ahead and enjoy yourself. I've got to get going.
Hey, Mom, some of these almonds look off. What's this dark stuff on them? Oh, maybe it's just the skin. You can peel it off.
Sis, that's not the almond skin, it's chocolate. Megan just sucks the chocolate off when she's stressed and then leaves the almonds behind. Honestly, it's probably better you don't know the whole story. Go ahead, enjoy.
Delicious, right? I'll pack some for you before you leave. Perfect. Thanks, Mom. I'll think of them as Megan and chew them up one bite at a time.
That's it for today's story. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button.